In between comedy gigs, I was doing work as a bin man. Unfortunately, I was not very good at it, and as a result, I got the sack. The joke there is that this is a refuse sack, and I was made unemployed, as in I got the sack. So it's a play on words. If you're thinking of this as a bin bag, then that doesn't really fit the joke, because you can't get the bin bag, or you can't get the bag. That doesn't really mean unemployment. So when you're trying to understand the joke, just think of this as a refuse sack, but drop the refuse and just think of sack, and that way it'll be a lot funnier. I'm a bit concerned about Mother's new boyfriend. He's Morris, the local greengrocer. He's come over a couple of times for a cup of tea, and he seems nice enough when I speak to him, but the only thing is, I'm not really sure how to say this. He has a moustache like Adolf Hitler. I'm not sure if he is a Nazi. I mean, I don't want to sort of make any false claims against him, but I am suspicious, so I'm going to watch out for him, see if he does any Nazi salutes or starts goose-stepping. So I'll keep you posted. Christmas is over. Good evening, everybody. I am the great Cecilio, the world's greatest magician. And for my next trick, I want to pick out a member of the audience. Pick me, pick me. Oh, hello there. What's your name? My name is Mr. Remote Control. Oh, hello, Mr. Remote Control. We're going to do a little magic trick now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this blindfold on down here, just like this. Make sure my nose doesn't fall off. And you have to pick a card. I'm going to pick the card at the bottom. Okay, Mr. Remote Control, I will now shuffle the deck, like so, and then I will pick your card. Now, Mr. Remote Control, was your card the 4 of spades? No. Oh. After 1.5 years of doing this, I finally got my first TikTok violation. It's very exciting. What it was an Adrian Smedley sketch I did yesterday where he spoke about his mother's new boyfriend. There were some trigger words in there that TikTok didn't like. I mean, completely taken out of context. I've tried to appeal it, but I don't really think anyone looks at those appeals. I think they just auto-refuse them. Anyway, if you want to watch the sketch, look for Jing TV online on Instagram or on Twitter, and there you'll be able to see it. The German word for glove is Handschuh. That got me thinking, wouldn't it be funny if you had shoes on your hands? Well, I've just tried it and it's not really that funny, so don't bother. Greetings, wayward soul. It is I, Sage Hezekiah, and today I want to talk to you about forgiveness. Now, if we hold on to bitterness and resentment, all we do is hurt ourselves. That is why we need to let the love of the higher godling enter us and fulfill us. So even though people say nasty things about you and are mean, just forgive them. Just love them in your heart. Like the other day, the Moresby Gazette wrote a rather unkind article about me. They said that I was a crackpot. They said that I was deluded. They said that I was crazy. They said that I'm a con man. But I forgive them. I forgive them. I forgive them. I let the love of the higher godling take hold of me, and I say, bless them, higher godling. Really, really bless them. I pray for you, wayward soul. Be negative in your COVID tests, but be positive in your love for the higher godling. Bless you. It's not a bad life being a mermaid. The only problem is that my shoes no longer fit. That's a joke because I no longer have feet. I have a tail. People say to me, they say, Stan, why is it you've got a box on your head? And I say, I don't know. I'm not bothered. Hey there, pretty lady. I've watched you from afar as you sit behind the till of my local spa. I wish you were my girlfriend. I wish you were my lover. I hope when you get older, you don't look like your mother. Because she's really minging. René Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Now, if you hear that, you might think, what was he bleating on about? Well, I'll tell you. He didn't be sure if he really existed or not. So he's at home watching Friends on his telly. He's thinking, this sitcom's a load of rubbish. But for all he knows, it could have been a really good sitcom. And it's just how he perceived it. So he thought to himself, well, how do I really know I exist? Then he said, hang on a minute. I can think, therefore I am, therefore I exist. And that, my friends, is Descartes in a nutshell. I went to see the butcher the other day. I said, hello, Mr. Butcher. Can I have a pound of sausages, please? So he got the sausages and he threw them at me very aggressively. I thought, that's funny. What's going on here? So I paid him the money and he threw the change at me very aggressively. I said to him, is there a problem? He said, no, Cecil, everything's fine. But I could tell from his tone of voice that it wasn't. So I said to him, come on, Mr. Butcher, tell me, what's your beef with me? So the joke there is that he's a butcher and he sells beef. But I meant beef as in having an issue with me. So it's a play on words. So if you're trying to think of why the joke's funny, just think about that. Don't think about the dead animals he was chopping up, because that's not funny. And that doesn't lend itself well to comedy. So just cast that from your mind. Should insults against people wearing glasses be considered a hate crime? I personally think it should, but I'm biased, so I want to know what you think. The reason I ask this is because I was walking in the park the other day, minding my own business. This guy shouts at me, "Oi, Specky." I look at him and he says, "What are you staring at, Four Eyes?" And that really hurt my feelings and it ruined the rest of the day. I'm not going to go in the park again because it's just too dangerous. But Mother's also bought me a panic alarm if I go out in the streets, because I'm not really safe anywhere. So if anyone starts shouting that at me again, I can just pull the panic alarm and then someone will come to my rescue. So that's what I'm going to do in future. Tomorrow, Thursday the 27th of January, is The Apprentice You're Fired. And in the audience, hopefully you'll see myself and my good friend Part Run Jam Jar. So we were there at the recording on Monday. We were in the front row, so hopefully we'll appear on camera. But we're not allowed to tell you who got fired. We are sworn to secrecy. Alan Sugar's made us promise we will not tell you. I went to my local casino and I asked for some chips. This is what they gave me. Unfortunately, they didn't taste very nice with salt and vinegar. The joke there is that I thought they were potato chips as opposed to casino chips, because they're two different things. It's a play on words. And also, don't eat casino chips because they're bad for you. I was just saying that for a joke. Come to think of it, potato chips are bad for you as well, but these casino chips are even worse, so don't eat them. You put the biscuit on my plate. You apologise, but it's too late. It's over now. It's you, not me. You were the one who served rich tea. I told her I preferred digestives, but she wouldn't listen. I'm so annoyed with my local Waitrose. They had to close for a staff training day. How inconsiderate. So I had to do the thing I dreaded the most. I had to lower my standards and shop at Asda. Now don't judge me. Don't judge me. It was an emergency. I'd run out of couscous. People say to me, they say, Stan, do you think Boris Johnson should resign as Prime Minister? I'm not bothered. Hello everybody, it's me, Brian Middleton, Moresby's favourite agony uncle. Now I'm here to listen to your problems and give you some advice. So in the comments below, tell me what's bothering you and I'll do my best to help. So come, share your problems with me. Let's all have a nice cup of tea. How many immigrants does it take to change a light bulb? 1. The same amount as it would be for a non-immigrant. And if you think any different, then you are a racist. This will convince you that I am a comedian. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Oh, sorry, sir, let me get you a fresh bowl. No, it's too late for that. I'm a health inspector. I'm going to close you down. No! Hello there. Thank you for sharing your problems, or your friends' problems, you know. I'm not falling for that one. But you've been really brave, so well done for sharing your problems with me. And yeah, so my advice would be, just be yourself, you know, be that needy person you are. Don't try and come in and say, hey baby, and all that stuff. No, just show how needy you are. Show your emotions. Start crying. So text her constantly. Just beg her to love you. And then she'll just fall in your arms. Trust me, it works. Don't go to the moon. It's overrated. I mean, it's just a bunch of rocks. There's not even a McDonald's here. Delivery man, you test my patience so. Delivery man, you've let me down, now go. Delivery man, this really is no joke. Delivery man, you forgot my Diet Coke. If he wants a tip now, he can do one. Happy birthday, Ronnie. Here's a joke for you. What's the difference between your birthday present and a packet of beef Space Raiders? I haven't bought your birthday present. Your friend Hugh reminds you of my friend Eric, although we call him Norman, or Norm for short, because that's his middle name. His full name is Eric Norman Stewart Posterior. E. Norm S. Posterior. Enormous posterior. It's a joke because I'm trying to pretend he has a big bottom. It's a play on words. He doesn't have a big bottom though, because he's made up. Hello there. The other day I got this letter from this young lady called Sophie, and it reads as follows. Dear Brian, please help me. The other day I left my husband after I caught him in bed naked with my best friend. What should I do? Well, thank you for writing in, Sophie. You've been really brave, really brave. And my advice to you would be this. I can see your marriage is in real trouble. And the reason it's in trouble is because you're just so insecure. And you just jump into these wild conclusions. I mean, yeah, your husband was in bed naked with your best friend. I mean, it might have been hot. They might have been tired. You don't really know what was going on. And you've just come to the worst conclusion possible. So you need to go to your husband and say, I'm really sorry that I was so suspicious. I'll try not to have my mind in the gutter in future. I'll try and trust you. And hopefully he'll forgive you and everything will be fine after that. No is my response to a sword raised above my bonce. Off us, the royals ponce. Plus Prince Andrew is a nonsense. I see we have Mr. Remote Control and Mrs. Remote Control in the audience today. Now, Mrs. Remote Control, I love you, but you're so old that you were used to change the channels on analog TV sets. Uh-oh. You leave my wife's name out of your mouth. Okay. Hiya. For the past few months, I have been going to a self-defense class just for vegans. I am proud to say that I am now a black belt in tofu. The reason that's funny is because vegans eat tofu, and tofu sounds a bit like kung fu, which is to do with self-defense and martial arts. So it's a play on words. I'm not really a vegan. I just made that up to make the joke work, just so that it would amuse you more. I'm really annoyed that someone stole my Easter eggs. You could say I'm hopping mad. That's a joke, because bunnies hop, and I'm the Easter bunny. Well, I'm Cecil, but I'm pretending to be the Easter bunny. The reason I'm annoyed is because it is too warm. You could say I'm a hot cross bunny. Hot cross bunny. Hot cross bunny. It's all related to Easter, so the joke works. Mr. Remote Control got me this for Easter. How exciting. That's a joke because it's an Easter egg, and I made it sound like it was exciting, but it's exciting. So, as I said, it's a joke, or a yolk, if you'd like, because eggs have yolk. But not this one, obviously. But all the same, I bet my jokes crack you up, because you can crack eggs. And this egg you can crack, so the joke works. Happy Easter, everybody! Happy Easter. You youngsters have it so easy. Back in my day, if I wanted to send a message to someone, I had to use a mobile phone. I had to press away at the buttons on the screen, trying to get the right button, always getting it wrong. It took me ages. It's not like today when you youngsters have those chips in your head where you can just send messages automatically. You've got it so easy, you don't know you're born. Hello friends, today I need your advice. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. I have a library book that's overdue, and I don't have the money to pay the fine back. I spent all the money on these Star Wars pens, so I'm a bit broke at the moment. The only thing is, if I don't return the library book, I'm worried I'm going to get a criminal record. I don't really want to do that, because that could affect my future employment opportunities. And I would ask Mother for the money, but it's 50 Shades of Grey, that's the book. So if she finds out I've been borrowing books like that, she's going to take away my library card. I really don't know what to do. How to be funny. Tip 1. Surprise your audience. If your audience can't predict the punchline, then you have a better chance of making them laugh, because a predictable joke isn't as funny. Take this joke, for example. Why did the Italian go to the fish market? I'll tell you why. He went because he was a walrus. So what I did there was I tricked you. I said Italian and you thought it was an Italian human, but really it was an Italian walrus. So that's why now you're rolling around with laughter, because you weren't expecting it. So just remember, surprise your audience to make them laugh. Hello there. Got a letter today from a young man who's having a bit of trouble at work. It reads as follows. Dear Brian, please help me. I'm having lots of trouble with my work colleagues. No matter how much I try and tell them, they don't get my name right. What should I do? Yours sincerely, Karamanshan. Well, thank you for writing in, Karamanshan. You've been really brave, really brave. And I think your solution is to just have a word with your colleagues and just explain to them. I mean, obviously you say your name too fast, they don't really get it. So try and slow it down and speak to them in a slow voice and say, look, I understand you're not very bright, so I'm going to break my name down into syllables for you. It's Karamanshan. Karamanshan. And they'll appreciate you speaking to them like that, and they'll say, oh, thank you, we didn't realise. So do it like that and it'll all be fine. Neighbour, turn that music down. It kills my tranquil mood. You've got the bass up way too high, and that is rather rude. I've really had enough now, so this angry text I'll send. Quell that awful racket now. I'm trying to watch EastEnders. How to be funny. Tip 2. Be inappropriate. Sometimes humour can be found by saying things other people are too polite to say. For example, your mother is ugly. I'm not actually saying your mother is ugly. I'm just saying that's an example of something inappropriate to say. She actually might be really pretty. Although I'm not saying I fancy her, although that too could be an example of an inappropriate comment. But I'm not saying your mother's ugly, and I'm not saying that I fancy her. She might be a really nice person, but I'm not saying I'm attracted to her, but I'm also not saying I find her repulsive. Just so we're clear. How to be funny. Tip 3. Emphasize the punchline. Take this joke for example. Why did the alcoholic chicken cross the road to get to the other cider? The reason that joke didn't work is I put emphasis on the wrong bit of the joke. I put it on the cross the road bit and not the clever wordplay of side and cider, because the chicken was alcoholic. So as a result, I've ruined the joke, and now you're not laughing. Thank you for writing in. You've been really brave, really, really brave. And my advice to you would be this. I think you're getting their intentions all wrong. I think they actually want to be your friend. I know it's a bit intimidating them following you, but I think they're just a bit shy. So let them follow you home and then break the ice by saying, hey lads, why don't you come inside and have a nice cup of tea? And then we can get to know each other. And there you are, problem solved. You made some new friends. I'm a bit late with this now, but all the same, I wish you both a very oh dear. Happy birthday. I am the great Greg Lennon, from Millsbury, not from Senon. I'm a human, not a Gwenon, and my favourite gas is xenon. A Gwenon's a type of monkey, if you're wondering. Knock, knock. No! What do you mean, no? I'm on strike. You can't go on strike. I demand some benefits. All right, how about I give you some extra batteries? Oh, okay then. Right then, let's do the joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, I've forgotten now. You've ruined it. People say to me, they say, Stan, how do you feel about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial that's going on at the moment? I'm not bothered. Why did the monkey cross the road? I'll tell you why. To steal this joke from the chicken. What I was trying to do there was make a point that they had chicken pox and now you got monkey pox, and monkeys are basically stealing from the chickens. But I don't really think this joke works, so I'll probably just delete this in a minute. I am currently looking for a new chauffeur. If you are interested, you must meet the following requirements. Number 1, have a clean driving licence. Number 2, have an interest in the fine arts. And number 3, do not shop at any budget supermarkets. Now, if you're looking for a benchmark, I would say Sainsbury's is bare minimum. So if you are interested in this role, then please say so in the comments below and I will consider your application. I have a chip on my shoulder, and here it is. That joke doesn't really work for Americans though, because you call chips French fries. But don't worry, you can still have a laugh with me because I've actually made a little allowance for you. I have a chip on my shoulder. You see, that time the Americans can laugh because they call crisps chips. So either way, you can still enjoy the joke. Is gangster rap a bad influence on our youth? Now come on people, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Personally, I think it is, because the other day I was listening to MC Hammer, then half an hour later I slapped my best friend Pongo. We were arguing about Star Wars, he said Jar Jar Binks wasn't funny, so really he did deserve it. Why did the Uzbekistani cross the southwest border? To see his friend in Turkmenistan. This joke's not very funny, but it is geographically accurate. Yes, the rise in energy prices has hit us all very hard. We've all had to make sacrifices to make ends meet. I personally had to sell some of my own possessions. It's got that bad. So with that in mind, please meet the new Mr. Remote Control. Hello, everybody. Binley Mega Chippy, it's the place to be if you want something tasty for your tea. The food's so good, it's almost a sin. Before I discovered it, I used to be thin. I'm actually looking for a sponsorship deal if you're interested. You can pay me in chips, I don't mind. Why did the Queen go to the dentist? I'll tell you why. She went to the dentist to get her crown fixed. The reason that's funny is because she has a crown on her head that she's famous for, but I was pretending she went to the dentist to have a crown on her teeth fixed, because it was a play on words, you see. It was very clever. I don't know if she does have a crown on her teeth. I don't really know about her dental history. But she is very old, so her teeth probably aren't in the best condition. So it is plausible she has a crown on her teeth as well. Or she may even have false teeth. I really don't know. Hi all, hope you're having a good bank holiday. I had a lot of fun earlier with the sing-along with Cecil. I think I enjoyed it more than the people watching, but as long as I had a good time, that's the main thing. It was meant to be a Cecil, but I think the real me crept in there a few times, but it was good fun all the same. I've actually uploaded it to YouTube, so if you want to watch it, then go to Jing TV online and click on the link to the YouTube channel, and I've got it posted there. I hope to do more in future. What do we want? To be more assertive. When do we want it? Quite soon. If that's all right with you. Hello there. Today's letter actually involves a pizza, would you believe? It reads as follows. Dear Brian, I am no longer speaking to my best friend. We went to Magma Pizza and he insisted that we split the bill 50-50, even though he had 5 slices of pizza and I only had 3. How do I make him see sense? Well, thank you for writing in. You've been really brave, really brave. And my advice would be, stick to your guns. I mean, I'd say forget about the friendship. Saving £1 or £2 is far more important than a lifelong friendship with this person. So no, I mean, just get them out of your life. And also, look at it this way. If you're not going to go to the pizza place with them anymore, you're going to save money. So stay at home and have a nice cup of tea. My motto in life is to always be positive. But this time, unfortunately, I've taken it too far. That's a joke, because I tested positive for COVID. It has come to my attention that some of my videos are being watched in Sweden, the Netherlands and Norway, which are all countries in Northwest Europe, as well as the UK and Ireland, obviously. I'm not going to say that I'm Northwest Europe's favourite comedian. You might think that, and there might be evidence pointing towards that, but that's not really my place to say. But personally, I am too humble to say that I, Cecil Noggle, am Northwest Europe's favourite comedian. So let's just leave it there. Kim Jong-il was a fan of mine. Then his condition got worse. Now he's Kim Jong-dead. Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-dead. It's a play on words. Visit Millsbury. We are one of the few places in the United Kingdom that still has a red squirrel population. Well, to be honest, they're grey squirrels, but they live near a chemical plant and they've taken on a red tinge, so it looks very convincing. You won't know the difference. But anyway, visit Millsbury. It is a small town with a big heart.
How to be TikTok famous. Step 1. Be attractive.
Winona, you have aged well, just like a vintage wine. I watched you on Stranger Things and I wish that you were mine. You never once floated my boat when you were a goth-like sylph, but now that you've reached middle age, you are a total MILF. Give me a call sometime. Why did the human Cannonball leave the circus? I'll tell you why. He left the circus because he was fired. Because he's a human cannonball and he's fired out of a cannon. I'm not really sure why he really lost his job at the circus. Maybe he was late for work a lot, but that's not really covered in the joke, so make your own mind up. Of course, back in my day, the internet were all fields. They had to dig it up to build the information superhighway. Is that progress, I ask you? Is that progress? I don't think so. Hello everybody, I'm Jing TV's new character. I don't have any funny quirks or catchphrases, but gosh darn it, I'm happy to be here. There is no way I will be making a joke about Norway. What I was trying to do there was make Norway sound like no way, but it didn't really work. I also realise I've been saying Norway a bit too much in this video, so apologies for that. Norway. Hello, I am Stefan. You wacky Brits, I am much loving your humour. Especially that guy with the red nose, I am playing with my words. What a crazy guy. Uber driver, what went wrong? Where did things start to slip? I said please and thank you. I even left a tip. No harsh words were exchanged, no bickering, no hating. So please can you explain why you left a 1-star rating? I gave him 5 stars, that's what really hurts. Dear verified creators, this is a joke for you. I'm no phlebotomist, but I know a non sequitur when I hear one. You probably don't get that joke because you're not as intelligent as I am. The largest city in Nepal is Kathmandu. The second largest is Dog Woman Don't. It's not really, it's Pokhara, but that wouldn't have worked as a punchline. There is a new theatre production coming out based upon the dictionary. It is a play on words. Just so we're clear, play on words is the punchline. I'm not explaining why the joke's funny. I don't need to. That speaks for itself.